Hi everyone, Despina Nicola from Dare to Begin Life Coaching. Thank you so much for joining. It's such an honor to be able to do this every week. It makes me just so happy and thank you for joining. Today we're looking at a model. It's called an ABCDE model, believe it or not, ABCDE. And what it is, it's a behavioral model. And what we're looking at is we're going to challenge and we're going to change those negative beliefs, the unhelpful beliefs that are not, they're obstacles in our way from reaching our true potential, our true purpose here. And so what it is, it's about looking at ourselves and looking at our thoughts, looking at our emotions, and being able to change the things that we have been programmed to do and changing them to get a better result. Looking at the unhelpful actions that we're doing to get a better result. And so let's look first of all at the different, what the acronyms stand for. A is for an activating event or a situation. An activating event might be, okay, I saw something on TikTok, so I'll tell you what I saw if I can remember it. The activating event was her husband was late coming home. And the family usually spend dinner together. They spend that family time together, and her husband was late home. The belief, the B is for belief. The belief was that he didn't see the importance of the family. He was out with his friends, and he didn't want to come home. Okay. The consequence is that her blood pressure went up. She was ready to start a really big argument with her husband. The consequence was going straight away to, the fight, flight, or freeze mode. She went into the fight mode. And so here, at this point here, we get the D, which is like, it's like debating the belief, debating the belief. So what I mean by that is, instead of getting angry, she decided to take the Christian road, and she said, let's take it that something went wrong at work. He needed to fix something up. And so she didn't get it. And then she changed her behavior when he came home. She opened her arms to him and she said, you must be tired. And she gave him just all the attention he needed. And that changed their whole relationship. Okay, so that is the ABCDE approach. So let's just analyze them in a lot more detail and see how we can change those thoughts, emotions, and act differently. So first of all, you've got the activating event or situation. And so what you're doing is you've got to take a diary and try to analyze what events, what triggers you. For me, if I'm really stressed out, it will be going to the fridge. So my fridge is a go-to for me. It's a comfort thing. And especially when you're tired, and especially when you haven't had enough food. And so what you've got to do is you've got to identify the specific trigger. And you've got to question those triggers and say to yourself, what event or situation causes me to stress? What event or situation causes me to distress? And so what event or situation is when I'm tired, when I'm stressed out from work, when I haven't had enough relaxation. And who was involved in the triggering event? Maybe it was working too hard, so maybe, I don't know, the amount of people I was in contact with and not having time for me. So maybe, and so that's the A, analyzing whether activating event is like the trigger, the thing that takes you down the downward spiral. B is for your belief. And so the belief is the underlying belief, the structure that triggered you to do what you did. Mine would be, as a child, whenever I was down, I'd go to my mother and she would have like a piece of cake, or we'd sit down and we'd talk about things, and there was always food involved in making me feel comfortable. And so then you've got to question your thought process. You've got to really question what self-talk, what emotions, like I was matching food to comfort. And yeah, and so that's the belief. So here you've got a question. You've got to ask yourself this question. What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to self when you're feeling stressed, or so what are you saying to yourself? That I quickly need a quick fix of food. Other people might turn to alcohol, other people to gambling, drugs, to porn, whatever. There are so many things that they turn to in order to feel comfort. Okay, and then the next one is the D, the debate of the belief. So here is where the positivity comes in. Sorry, we didn't go to the consequence. Sorry about that. The consequence of recognizing the impact of your belief, your decisions. So instead of going to the fridge, what could I do? So what are the consequences of me going to the fridge? It will be weight gain. It will be not being able to fit my clothes. And yeah, and so the beliefs that comfort food, that was my belief. It's not good. Yeah. It's not going to take me down the road that I want to go. And so, sorry, here is where the D comes in. We forgot about the C before, but here is the D. The debate of the beliefs. So what you're doing, yeah, it's, what's the word, disputation, I think, where you're trying to dissolve those beliefs. You're trying to analyze them. You're trying to challenge them. You're trying to try to think of a different way of doing things. You're questioning those beliefs. You're questioning your existing belief, and you're going to put in place, you're going to sort of explore the usefulness of the belief and consider alternative methods, alternative things to do. Like, instead of going to the fridge, put music on, dance. Instead of going for the fridge, lie in bed and read a book, or watch something on YouTube, or I don't know, just do something that is better than putting food in your mouth. And just question, how is eating, how is it serving you? How is maybe another addiction serving you? And what would happen if I did something else to control my stress? Like have a nice hot shower, and maybe have a face mask, put on a face mask. I don't know, do something else. And so then we go to the E, which is an effective new approach. So here's where Mel Robbins says the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Instead of going to the fridge, do something else. So if I don't have that piece of chocolate cake, I can put a face mask on. I can have a hot shower. I can listen to music. I can do something else. I can even clean a cupboard, which is actually quite cleansing, and you feel good about yourself. And so what you're doing is your questions focus on finding a rational and logical approach to a situation. And so you're going to ask yourself, what is the truth? What is the truth of what I am doing? And how would a logical approach be more effective? How could I act more effectively and get a better result? So that's the effective new approach. Now, this model is about looking at yourself, looking rationally at your emotions, looking, and it's actually going into your unhelpful thoughts, unhelpful emotions, unhelpful actions and your behaviors, and it's connecting to a new way of doing things. Many psychologists use this method, and it needs a lot of practice, but it's about connecting to doing things better and getting better results. So here's another way of looking at it. We can analyze it a little bit differently. Like, we could go from the activation, like the trigger, and then going, so your husband's late, you go straight to the consequence of yelling and screaming at him when he comes home. So it's AC. So you're going through A, the trigger, and you're just going straight to C. But if you put the B, like looking at your beliefs, what happened that you behaved like that? It may be that your parents were late picking you up from daycare and you were scared being alone. It might be that somebody left you behind. Maybe your teacher didn't pay attention to you. So there's all these beliefs. So if we look at the beliefs and then we debate what is happening in the present and find more effective ways of doing things, I think we can get a much better outcome, and we can live a much happier lives, because things that were planted in the past isn't our reality. It's not they're not helpful to the present. Yeah. So that's that, you guys. That is that. Right. So I'm going to say hello to everyone. First of all, Polly, how are you? Our beautiful bride. I'm so happy you've joined us. And we've got Luke, my cousin Luke. Dinner is hungry. Oh, yeah, dinner is cooking. Luke, I love your cooking. Luke, my cousin in England. He is the most amazing man. He knows everything. He's super intelligent, super witty, super handsome, and he's just such a good father, granddad, and he's just the most amazing man. Luke, I love you. I'd love to come round for dinner. Mum sends her love too. She's sitting here watching the live and she's got a big smile on her face, Luke. So that's that. Oh, Richard. Yay, Richard's joined. Oh, cheers, Richard. Cheers. Thank you so much for watching, Richard. And thank you so much for commenting. So that's about that. The A, B, C, D, E model. A, activated by triggers. B, your beliefs. C, consequence. So if you just go straight to C, we're in trouble. We've got to debate those beliefs. And D, and find a better approach of doing things, you guys. Yes, and that's that. You guys, just something that I've done recently. It's the first year I've done this. On my phone, oops, I'll try to clear it. On my phone, I have put my vision board, and I want to share it with you. So first of all, I've got the connection with God. That's my first one. I've put a picture of being connected, like going more into studying the Bible and finding the truth. The second picture here, I've got a quote that says, nobody is going to pour truth into your brain. It's something you have to do yourself. So I've put as a mission, not just this year, but right throughout my life, is to seek the truth and work from the truth and be true to myself and to other people. Even if it's scary and it takes me on an adventure, because sometimes the truth, it can take you down a difficult road. It will be an adventure, but let's do it, even though it's scary. And happy family. I really want to give the most to my family, because they're just like the tree that, you know, I need them to survive. They're my roots and my, everything. And basically redoing my house, reinventing my house and me. So that's my vision board, you guys. It's on my phone. So every day I'm reminded of it when I open, when I see my phone. So that's just an idea you might want to do. That's just something that I'm doing. I'm going to say peace, love, and rainbows to all of you. And thank you so much for watching. Polly, Luke, and Richard, thank you so much. And have a lovely week. And remember, guys, live your lives. We're lucky to be here. So let's make the best of it. And remember, whatever hardships, they're lessons. And that'll take us into a better version of ourselves. Love you guys heaps. Bye.